Three men are on trial accused of killing 3-year-old Messiah Williams in 2020, a shooting that prosecutors say was meant for someone else. Each defendant has their own jury. London Walton was the first person to appear in court today during closing arguments. Walton's jurors heard final instructions, and now it's their time to decide his fate. Prosecutors allege back in 2020, Walton wanted revenge after his mother was shot and killed. His intended target was Otis Powell, Walton's uncle. Prosecutors say he witnessed Walton's mother being killed.
He let his anger about his mother's death override his better judgment. He intended to kill Otis, killed Messiah instead.
During this trial, the jury heard testimony and saw evidence presented from the prosecution to support this case. On the night of October 22, 2020, prosecutors say London Walton enlisted the help of Camron Burnett and Shamir Banks. They're accused of shooting 40 rounds at a home at 1611 Oklahoma in Flint. One of those bullets hit Messiah in the head, and the 3-year-old died. Walton is facing multiple charges, including first-degree murder. The prosecuting attorney says this was premeditated, regardless if Walton's intended target wasn't the one who was killed.
This wasn't a sudden impulse type of deal. London's mother had been killed 3 weeks earlier. There's no impending threats going on October 22nd. London himself purposely, and those individuals, they purposely drove to that location. There was no sudden impulse. This was deliberate.
Walton's attorney, Barry Wolf, says the jury will be tasked with asking themselves if the evidence presented supports that Walton was involved in the killing of Messiah.
A significant part of this case, I would argue to you, is based upon the lack of evidence. Think about during the course of the investigation, the witnesses that came before you, what was not done.
Wolf says throughout the trial, the prosecutors relied on testimony from Otis Powell, who witnessed the killing of Walton's mother and Deshaun Walton, London's brother, who received a plea deal for his testimony.
And we also know that when Barshawn testified, he was under a grant of immunity. He was facing charges from this case. So he knew he had to give the prosecutor the information that the prosecutor wanted to be able to secure that grant of immunity.
Walton's jury was sent back for deliberations. Tomorrow, Camron Burnett and Shamir Banks, their cases will be in the courtroom for closing arguments. One judge presided over all 3 cases, but each defendant had their own attorney and jury.